And next we'll have Chief Morris come on down and Charles Anderson and his family. Yes, drive along the back wall, that would mean all of you.
Mayor and Council, it's my pleasure to recognize Charles Anderson for 15 years of service. And before we say a few words, certainly like Charles to do.
My wife Candy, fire department family, including Vernon.
Including Murray.
He's not dressed up.
Well, when we think about Charles, one of the things that was sitting and was talking with Chief Smith today is well, who is Charles Anderson? Well, Charles is the backbone of the fire marshal's office. Charles is one of those guys that you may not see Charles out in the limelight and out in the front all the time, but Charles is the guy that behind the scenes he does more work, gets more things done, accomplishes so many things that just does just an unbelievable service for the fire department. A little bit about Charles. Charles, when got out of school, he went to the Air Force, he was a firefighter in the United States Air Force. Left there, went to work at the San Antonio Fire Department and went around in the 80s. One of his accomplishments was he was a project inspector on the Alamo Dome. And everything to do with spur of winds, though. Yes. Went to Arlington for a few years, and then we were fortunate to get him here in Euless. He's been with us 15 years. He has his bachelor's degree from Western Illinois, I believe. Several community colleges. You were San Antonio Community College, and not because of grades. So, but Charles is one of those guys that he never stops learning. One thing I noticed when kind of looking at your personnel file today, you have literally ran out of room for certifications. I don't know if you know that, but the tabs can barely bend over now. So you've attained everything you need, I think, right? The great thing about Charles is one thing that's consistent is he's dependable. He's a guy that gets the job done. 100% is not enough. It's usually more than 100%. We are certainly glad Charles is with us, and I know he works with Chief Smith. Chief Smith wanted to say just a couple words real quick.
Just a couple things. Chief Morris covered most of the basic details, but a couple things did come to mind in thinking about Charles. The first one is it's kind of those things of be careful what you ask for, and this is kind of one of those examples. Charles is the one that actually told me about the job here many years ago, so he kind of got to pick his own supervisor, so if that's not working out for him, kind of was one of those things. But more specifically, when I think about Charles, one of the things that really comes to mind is the word unique. Charles is a very unique individual. As Chief Morris has already said, he is a backbone and a right-hand person to be, so to speak. He can do anything you ask him to do and can always be depended on to do it very, very well. And I think a couple of the nicknames that have been attached to him since I've been here kind of help describe Charles and kind of how he fits into things. The first one of those is Inspector Gadget. And that particular term comes because he enjoys doing research. And this is a guy that if you need to find something out about the most, the oddest thing that you've never heard of before, turn him loose on the computer for about 10 minutes, and he will have you every bit of information that is out there on that subject. It's incredible. The other thing he's referred to a lot as Mr. Anderson from The Matrix. I'll make you familiar with that particular show. And the thing that stands out with that particular nickname that ties me in with him, or ties in with my thought process with him, is that in that show, Mr. Anderson, if you remember, is the guy that's always asking the questions and always seeking the truth. And I think that really sums up Charles very well once you get to know him. He is a person that will ask hard questions and will dig deep to get the right answers. And part of that's what makes him just a really, really unique employee for the city as a whole. He really puts the time and energy in to get things done right so that everyone in this room and everyone in the city benefits from it. And for that, Charles, I would say thank you, and I hope we do this for many years to come.
Yes. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate it. Bless you.